Hi everybody, it's Julie, and I am just working a little bit on my Pink Oddbird 30-day challenge using up my paper pad. But what I had was I had two paper pads that just had some pages left. I'm going to show you what I've been working on while I had a video uploading. So the first thing I did is from the coastal paper, which I have already totally cut up, including the cover. So this was the cover, and I cut it up, and it was a premium stack, and it was called, it had those and that. Oh, it was called Coastal, so it had that, so I cut those. And then it had pictures of what the papers look like this, something like this. So I have already cut it up, and I've cut these two, and I left them together because I might just fold them in half and make them into little note cards. I cut these. I'll probably cut them some more. This one I left in the long piece. I left this one in the long piece. I'm thinking that, you know, I might be able to use the word coastal. We'll see. These I left like this. And so that is the cover I did. I also have started taking the tops off of several of the papers that were left. This is the paper pad, this coastal paper pad. I used most of it in the Under the Sea wedding album, and I'll post the link to that down below. But it was a wedding album that I made for a gift last year. It's amazing. And there are videos of me making it, and so then I've gone back. Videos of me making it, and videos of it finished. Okay, so then, so I have the two pads. So I have the coastal pad. So I had, the other day you saw that I went in and I cut a bunch of hearts, and I cut a bunch of tags. So these tags came from the two kits. These are from other things. Make sure there's no more. Okay, yeah, so these are the tags that I cut from the two kits. Then I also cut out a bunch of hearts using my Cricut from the two kits and from some others, but these, okay, those are the hearts. These are from other kits, and then also, I had some pieces of wallpaper that I told her I wanted to use. So these are from the wallpaper. So I'll be using this variety of items today. Or, I mean, not today, but this for the next couple of weeks. Making up some journals using these kits. So I have these tags that I've made. I have these hearts that I cut out. So the first thing I do when I have a stack of stuff left is I'll go through and I'll turn on my Cricuts, and I'll have them going, just cutting as much as I can. So the other thing that I've already done is I went ahead and I've cut this page. I've cut off two pieces that are 2.5 inches, and I can use my Hobby Lobby this at 2.5 inches, and I can make tags from this, but then I've still got this page. Okay, so oh, don't want to put that back where it goes. Okay, so there's what I've done there. I'm going to keep this. I might use it. So I still have this paper left. I have this whole page. I have this blue whole page, and I have this whole page. Okay. that I'll be able to use eventually. Okay, so now these pages, there's 4 of these. See these? There's 4 of these pages. And these are going to be the covers. There's fabric on one side, and I thought that they would be fun to be the fabric covers for, and I'm going to make small journals. And I'm going to use both of these paper pads. So I have those that I'll be able to use, and I've already cut off where the hole was. So there was a page of cut aparts left. I'm going to use these, not that one, but these are going to be on my, and that's going to go under, on my cover. So we have Be Free, Kick Back and Relax, Enjoy the Little Things, Out to Sea. Now the Out to Sea is going to get this card because it goes with it. Heaven is a little closer in a home by the sea. And I'm going to put that one in there, and I'm going to put that one in there, and I'm going to put that one in there. And so these are going to go on my covers, probably. Okay, so I've already cut those out. I had 1 page of cut aparts left. So those are cut and ready. Now this was the back of that one. Or it was on the back. So I've cut those out like this, and there's one more. So you can see those were all the papers that I had, but I've of course used them in that album. But those are ready for me to use. Then I went ahead, and there was one of these pages left that was a whole bunch of words like this. So I have the long strips cut, and then I can just come back and as I need them. And I'll use the ones that go with, you know, if there's ones that will go with the sailing, or they're blue, like Listen to the Crashing Waves, that one might go on the other, in the blue and red books. So there's those. Then I went in, and this was a 12 by 12 page, and I cut out several strips of these words. Okay, so they're just cut, and they're ready for me to cut or rip, because I do rip a lot of my, especially in a beach themed album, I will probably rip. So then I went back and I took 3 lines, and I was like, well, that's a good size for a belly band, and yet I would still be able to cut it up if I wanted to. And then I went back in and I took 5 lines, and I thought that that would be a good length for a pocket. So those, I have those cut and ready. So I have several things ready from the coastal set for these little albums. And then this is what I have left of the Nantucket. Now I did cut out, I have 2 of these, and so I did cut out some of the 2.5-inch strips of this so that I can make the Hobby Lobby tags out of that. But I still have a full 1.5 pages. I still have the cover of this. Now it's kind of interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how I can use these in this. I used several pieces of this earlier in the month in my Celebrate America, but you can see there's little tiny, there's sailboats and anchors in with the flowers. Now this one has a sparkly image of a sailboat, which I thought was pretty. Can use that. Then we've got this. Not sure how we're going to use that, but we'll figure something out. Then we've got a sparkly image of a white sailboat. with some sailboats in the background. Then we've got this that has the ship and then has the pier and the pylon there. I think that's what that is. And it's it has like a linen finish. And then we've got the blue flowers. Looks like grapes almost. I don't know. So those are the pages of this we have left. So what I'm going to do right here is I'll go ahead and I'm going to cut up the cover. And I'll show you what we'll do here. Okay, so the cover is, I was going to say, it's really thick. Oh, there's another blue paper. Yay! There. I don't know. Might make something totally different out of those papers. I don't know. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to line up this bottom. Okay. And I'm going to just cut this off. Okay. Now, I'm thinking that right there can be a belly band. Okay. Come up. Don't need that. Okay. Come up. And come just underneath. And there we have another strip that we can use. The Nantucket. I don't know, you guys. I don't think I would use any of that, but I'm going to go ahead across. Sometimes you can pull a word out of the word. Sometimes there's, you know, I'll have to think about it. But at the moment, I don't see anything in there that I can use. But I'm not going to throw it out. Okay, so now here we have, now, like, maybe we don't need this. Why did that? I must have been totally off. It felt like it was off. There. Huh. I'm going to switch it to the other side. You're going, why? Well, I'll tell you what, it doesn't feel like it's cutting straight at the bottom. Let's see. It might just be my glasses. Nope, it was off. Just a hair. Most people probably wouldn't even notice it. Okay. So I'm just going to cut these. Actually, I'm going to leave this because if we use this as a pocket, we can cover this with something. Okay, so we've got those. Now we've got a little thing that we can turn into a tag there. And so with this, like the other one, I don't need to cut it. Oh boy. We'll go ahead and cut it. So just like the cover of the other one, we've got all these squares that we'll be able to use for something. And then we also are going to end up with this little band here. Okay, so that'll give us that embellishment piece. And if we come down here, cut this like that, You can come around. And I just cut some of it, things that I know I can use for a certain thing. But this right here can be folded. Okay. Can be folded, and then depending on which side you want to use, I would probably use the red side. But we can, oh, that's a little paper clip. It's a little tiny paper clip. Okay, let's grab. I have paper clips. I have so many paper clips. Okay. It's bigger. Okay. So, what we can do with this is we could turn this into, and I'll want to put the large piece on the outside, but it can become one of our flat paper clips. Okay. And it was the cover of the Nantucket. Now, I really like the sparkly sailboat. And I could see this becoming a little... Let's see. First of all, before I cut this, just because it's easier to hold it. Yeah, so I can go ahead and I can cut an embellishment out of that. Okay, and I can save this because I could put this in. It could become a shaker pocket thing. I know, how do I ever throw anything away? Okay, so there's a little piece of sparkly. We're going to come over to this side. Okay, and then what I want to do is eventually I want one of those little scoreboards, so I don't have to take out this gigantic thing to do something as small as what I'm going to do right here. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and use the old fingernail as a marker. I'm making like kind of, well, if I had left the end on, I could have made like a matchbox out of this. But see, I'm going to fold it, and we'll have a little bit of, we'll use that edge as the binding. And we'll have this cute little sailboat on the front. And we'll be able to make some kind of a little note card. So, let's see. But this is how I will go through and process I call it process. a packet of paper when I'm at the end of it, and I just really want to use it up. So one of the things I do, get out my Cricut, cut tags and hearts, because I use those all the time in my projects. So I'll cut tags and hearts. And then I do process the cover. Like I showed you right here, I'll cut it out, and well, this time I actually am going to have some things ready to, we'll have these ready to make embellishments out of. I'm just going to put all those together just because they're little. Okay, so that is how I will process. Storage was full. Okay, so I start by cutting the tags and the hearts. Then I'll cut up the cover and put it in and have the things ready. If there are any other cut aparts, I'll cut them so that I'll be able to use them. Now, sometimes these things would just go into my stash, but because of the Pink Odd Bird 30-day use up your a paper pad challenge, I am going to go ahead and I am going to make these, what are they? They're going to be journals. So I am pretty excited. I am going to mostly use these. I do still have scraps from cutting out the hearts. So this one is from the Nantucket from cutting out hearts. And this is, gee, Christmas. I have too much stuff. No, I can't say that. Uh-oh. That was the back to school papers, all done stickers, just all fell down. And I have these. So I will be going through and cutting out, like I'll cut out hearts, and I'll use some of these lines. I will probably cut out the labels like this out of this side over here. And so there will be several awesome things to be able to put into these journals. I cannot wait. And so I would love to know what your favorite is so far, what you look forward to seeing me use in this little journey. I'm going to call it a journey. It's definitely going to be a journey. So there you go. Find something to celebrate every day. Don't forget to subscribe. Have an amazing day. Check out the Pink Odd Bird Challenge. The challenge is closed, but it might be something that you might want to do even though you're not able to do it and be a part of the challenge. Find something every day. I did that already. You have a great day. Bye.